So the quarterfinals are here, and we've got Sinner and Jodar going head-to-head today. And also Flavio Cobolli versus Alex Zverev. There's been some amazing performances in the last round. And on the women's side, Sabalenka defeated. She was at the brink of winning the match, but Baptiste turned it around and knocked out the favourite for the tournament. That's right, and if you haven't done so yet, give us a like and subscribe. We're into the quarterfinals on the men's side, and what better place to start than the world number one, Jannik Sinner, who came through against Cam Norrie in impressive fashion. We expected it to go no other way than this. Cam Norrie was good to a point, but Jannik Sinner was clinical in the big moments. First set domination, 6-2, 7-5 in the second, and it's 25 consecutive matches at Masters events into his 22nd Masters quarterfinal at just 24, and he's won 50 of the last 52 sets he's played in Masters events. I mean, my word. So in other words, out of the last 52 sets he's played in this format, he's won 96.15% of them, which is so impressive, it's almost a joke. Your Terminator stat of the day presented to you by Jannik Sinner. 42 out of the last 44 matches won, 20th consecutive win, and second Madrid quarterfinal. The way he went about his work against Cam Norrie was nothing short of, I'll just say, run-of-the-mill. He just turns up, gets the job done. Cam Norrie didn't stand a chance. And when we got to the back end of the second set, Sinner turned it on just when he needed to. And Cam Norrie, with a few errors, handed the match to him. And now it gets more exciting. Obviously, Jannik Sinner now setting a few records here and there. He becomes the second man in history to win his first 20 Masters matches of the season. Djokovic did it in 2011 and 2015, so in good company there. And, well, the big matchup that is coming, it's Jannik Sinner versus Rafa Jodar. This is one which has a lot of unknowns, and that's the best thing about it, I think. If you're a neutral fan, you don't really want Sinner to be playing somebody he knows the game of and he can work him out, use some of the past matches. This is going to be a completely fresh challenge for him. And the same goes for Jodar as well. He will never have played somebody of this level ever before in his career. So the shot quality is something to look at through both of these players' tournaments so far. Serving, Sinner's at an 8.9, Jodar an 8, still pretty high. We've got return. This is where Sinner really shines. It's an 8.1. And Jodar 7.1. Forehand 8.4 for Sinner, 8.2 for Jodar, which is really good. And 8.1 backhand for Sinner, 7.4 for Jodar. And looking there, the tour average, Jodar is above the average on everything in this tournament. And Jannik Sinner, obviously the same, but maybe slightly lower than his regular levels, which is crazy to say that being that high is still lower than his regular. His 52-week average, he's only up on serve, down on everything else. It's going to make it a very, very interesting match. And I'm going to give you some predictions when we come to the end of all the review of all the matches. Next, we're going to speak about is Flavio Cobolli. Flavio Cobolli, my top 10 of the year. I think he can sneak in there, and with performances like this, I'm really encouraged. So he beat Daniil Medvedev, and a good Daniil Medvedev at that, and it was in 3 sets. It was a bit of a thriller, 6-3, 5-7, 6-4, and he's into his first ATP Masters quarterfinal in Madrid. It's brilliant. It's absolutely brilliant. Second biggest career quarterfinal after Wimbledon 2025. Third career top 10 win, and he is most definitely in form. I wasn't sure if he was going to be able to recover from, there was a bit of an injury earlier in the year, few patchy performances, but he's really come back to form. And this is exactly the one that finished the end of last year brilliant power, great serve, and his serve seems so effective as well on these Madrid courts. Just looks quite clinical. End of the second set, maybe overdid it on a few shots, and that's the one critique I would have with Cobolli is when he's going for his shots so much, that's where the errors can sometimes creep in. He's trying to hit the lines, and sometimes when you're against the best players, it just doesn't pan out that way, and you're within centimeters of winning or losing points all the time. But that's what makes him so exciting, and I thought it was a brilliant performance. Daniil Medvedev, I thought he played great as well, but it just wasn't enough. This Italian seems to be coming to the forefront now. I like it. I really do. Musetti, we've seen him. He had a bit of a struggle in this tournament so far. Sinner, obviously, doing great as always. But Cobolli, could he be the second Italian in the rankings eventually? I don't see why not. And he's got a real stiff test in the next round. I mean, Medvedev's tough. Zverev, who's been a champion at this event before, going to be even tougher. So Zverev and Jannik Sinner are the first pair to reach the quarterfinal at each of the first 4 Masters events of the season since Federer and Nadal in 2011 as well. Actually, that's a mad statistic. And Zverev just had to do it as well, like in 3 sets. It was a bit of a dramatic one. Both players wearing the exact same outfit, so it was sometimes hard to work out who was who. But Jakub Mensik took the second set on a tie break. I'm sure Zverev would have preferred to have got it done there and then in 2. But he did rally in the third set and looked pretty good as well. This is the main takeaway. How you finish the match, that middle set, sometimes you can get a bit down in the dumps if you've lost a tie break, especially, and then the opponent can run away with it. Not in this case. Sasha Zverev held it together, looked good for, I would say, majority of the match. Serve was looking pretty good, 67% in, 12 aces. Second serve, not too bad as well, 57%. I'd say just a solid performance. The one thing I'd say with Zverev that people don't give him as much credit for is just his longevity in rallies. The one thing that you will have to do is get him out of there, and he just sticks in a rally for so long. He's able to dictate a rally with different paces as well. Been seeing a lot of great crafty forehands that are slowing the pace down. He obviously has that brilliant backhand where he can fire winners down the line or continue a rally cross court. I think it's a very exciting match. Him versus Cobolli. They've played each other, I believe, fairly recently too. Just let me bring up the head-to-head and I will confirm how recent. But it is 2-1 to Zverev in the head-to-head. And Cobolli won their last match, which was literally, I think, about a week ago in Munich, which is in Germany as well. That was after, sadly, his friend who was 13 passed away. All the emotions on the court in the semi-final. So he made it to the final of the last event. Looked damn good doing it. Sasha Zverev has beaten him twice before. Beat him on clay at Roland Garros, and that was last year. Very, very tough match to call because they are both in good form. And Zverev on his day, we know he can get to a slam final at Roland Garros. So he's just one of the best clay court players. But is Cobolli coming through? Can he take him out? I'll give you my prediction in a moment. Next up, more surprises. This one, maybe one of the biggest, is Blocks taking out Francisco Cerundolo. I didn't see this one coming. I thought Blocks was good, but I thought Cerundolo was a shoo-in for the quarterfinals. Not giving Blocks his due, really. And to do it in straight sets, even more impressive. Big underdog win. I think the biggest of the day, at 3s. So well done to him. And he continues his brilliant start. The first Belgian to be an ATP Masters quarterfinalist in the series history. It's incredible, really. There's a lot of things going on in this tournament. We got Jodar, we got Blocks, We've got Cobolli doing well. Arthur Fees, we'll get to him in a second as well. But I didn't get to watch Block's match. I've seen the others, but I didn't get to see his match. But from what I'm hearing, from what I saw in the previous rounds, he's just such a strong player. Just seems to have a very good all-round game. And to beat someone like Cerundolo on a clay court, I think is fantastic. I'll definitely be watching his next match. His next match will be against Casper Ruud. And Casper Ruud had to go run the gauntlet, saving 2 match points. It looked like he was done and dusted, but he held in there. The reigning defending champion as well, don't forget. I've not seen this type of resilience from Casper Ruud in quite some time. And fair play to Tsitsipas, having a great tournament as well. Nice to see him back. Ahead of Roland Garros as well. He's normally quite good at Rome. So if he has a good Rome, maybe we'll see Tsitsipas. He'll be a nightmare draw for anybody, I feel, just because of how well he's done there in the past. But Casper Ruud as well, not that highly ranked at the moment, outside the top 10. So another player no one will want in their section. Made those Roland Garros finals before. But this match, it was hard hitting and it was super close as well. Obviously ended up with 3 tie breaks and just pipped him to the post in the last final one. And you don't really see Casper Ruud give out that much emotion normally. He's, what is he called in UTS? Called the Iceman. So cool, calm, collective. Normally a big smile on his face. But in this one, roaring at the end. And I think just because it was such a long match, 3 hours and 1 minute in total, it just meant a lot. And to fight his way back from match points down, that's probably why. He was down 5-3, faced 2 match points there. And Tsitsipas, unfortunately, after he didn't manage to capitalize with those break points, then went on to lose his serve. Obviously, was still in his head after not taking the match. And then they went all the way to tie break. As soon as it went past 3-3, he didn't look back, Casper Ruud. Really, really solid performance from him. And it's going to be a challenge. The next round, it will definitely be a challenge. It'll be a fresh challenge as well. He'll be playing Blocks in the next round. This is I'm just super excited about all of these different players who we're getting to see. We got Blocks. Obviously, Arthur Fees, I didn't expect him to be coming back to any sort of level this year. Not this early in the year anyway. I think by the end of the year, I think he would probably have got there. But the fact he's doing what he's doing now, winning Barcelona, and now into the quarterfinals in Madrid, and just beating one of the best clay court players on tour this year in Thomas Martin Echeverri, 6-3, 6-4. Just so powerful. I think I agree with what JG is saying. He's putting this guy in very high regard right now. Just, he knows how to handle, no disrespects, but like the sort of lower echelon top players. He's very, very solid. He's a top 10 player. He could even potentially be a top 5 player in the future. I think he's that good, and he can do it on all the surfaces as well. So a very exciting prospect. 21 years old, still growing, and to beat Echeverri in straight sets comfortably, I was impressed. That's all I'll say. And yeah, now he sets up a matchup. We haven't really spoken much about Jiri Lehechka, so he probably should. He's actually been having a good year. Another player just gets overlooked all the time. And somebody, when he's in good form, very, very difficult player to play. So powerful. This match, I feel sorry for the ball because Arthur Fees wallops it, something different. And Jiri Lehechka, he does as well. So expect this one to be, well, I think they could do with a ball change every 3 games, I think, in this one. But I think it's going to be pretty close. It's really tough to call. Jiri Lehechka has been looking fantastic in this tournament. He's not the favourite. Arthur Fees is the favourite, obviously coming into this one in form. Lehechka's taken out Tabilo, Mickelson and Musetti. I mean, it's a pretty good few names there, especially two really good clay court players. They've never played on clay before, Lehechka and Fees. The last time they played was in Miami earlier this year, and Lehechka beat him in straight sets. But Fees beat him in Doha in straight sets. It's difficult. It seems like they have one apiece. So in the head-to-head, it says 2-2. Really difficult to call. I mean, based upon I think it goes 3 sets, this one. I'm going 3 sets. I think I'm going to have to be swayed by the way that Arthur Fees has won his last match, to be honest. I know everyone's going to say, yeah, but Lehechka beat Musetti. I'm going to go Arthur Fees in 3s just because it rhymes. No, not just because it rhymes. I think that he's just on a run at the moment. I think he can continue it. Moving over, I'll come to this one. Maybe I'll come to this one last. I'll come to this one next. I'll go Ruud versus Blocks. Going to be tough. I think Casper Ruud, that performance meant a lot. 3 hours on court could be tired, though. I think we see another 3-set match. Which way does it go, though? I think the experience at this event is going to pay off. I think we see Casper Ruud win this one in 3 as well. Tell me if you agree with me in the comments. This one's going to be the second to last one. I'm going to go to Jannik Sinner versus Rafa Jodar. Just to quickly speak about Jodar's performance. Brilliant. Again, so powerful. Vic Capriva has had a brilliant year this year. You might see the name, you relate it to the Challenger Tour a bit, but he's really pushed forward in his career a bit later on than some. Looked fantastic. And he just got made to look average, especially in the second set. Jodar looks like somebody who can compete, and that's the real takeaway from this tournament right now. He doesn't look out of depth, looks completely in the zone, especially in Spain. The crowd are on his side. He's a quarter-finalist of a Master now, 12 wins out of his last 13 matches. He's 19 years old, yeah. And just some of the shots, he just hits the ball so hard. I just hope that their nerves don't get the better of him in this matchup, which we say it time and time again. It's one thing beating these other players, but when you now come up against the world number one, the player in form, the guy who has just won the last 3 Masters events, now you're going to go up against a completely different animal. Can you maintain your level for long enough? Are you used to the ball coming back into play so often? And I think that's the real thing, the real factor that he's going to have to contend with in this one. I don't think he's going to be used to the ball coming back quite as often. He's going to be having to hit the lines more than he's used to. And I think it's going to be a struggle. Saying that, I think he's going to take a set. And I think Rafa Jodar gives the crowd something to cheer about in this one. But I don't think it's enough. And I think Jannik Sinner does prevail and continue his domination on the men's tour in 2026 since the Australian Open. Yeah, and he continues and marches his way into the semi-finals. But who will he be playing? I think it'll probably be Arthur Fees. That's the match I would love to see. And then the last match, I think this one is arguably the toughest to call. I think people will probably agree. Zverev, history at this event is just so strong. This is going to be all dependent on how well Zverev serves and how well Flavio Cobolli can hold his nerve in a longer rally. Does he rush or does he stay patient? Because if you rush against Zverev, and we know what happens when Cobolli rushes shots, he will end up missing. And I feel Zverev is more likely to win this match from staying patient and having Cobolli lose it rather than Zverev go for it and take the win. And there's a fine line here. So Cobolli, I think, it could be on his racket. If he plays to his top ability, I think he can win this match. Do I think he's going to win this match? It's really tough to pick against Zverev. I think Zverev will win this match in 3. That's my gut. Obviously, I want Cobolli to win this match, but my gut says Zverev in 3, and I think he just uses that experience, just puts the pressure on, keeps it in play, and Cobolli internally combusts, let's say, and we end up seeing a few shots fly long, so Zverev gets the win. But there you go. Tell me if you agree with me and my predictions in the comment section. Now just touch on the women's crazy upset last, and it was Aryna Sabalenka crashing out of the Madrid Masters. Something we said she was a shoo-in, surely, to win. She was the only one we were really certain on to win her quarterfinal, and she goes and loses it. But it wasn't just like, she's just gone and lost it nice and easy. She did it the real hard way, the way that will sting. If you lose one of these matches, it's going to haunt you for some time. And Hailey Baptiste, you've got to give this girl some credit. I mean, what a performance. She's a hard-hitting player. Really played well in that second set. But to come back against Sabalenka from these positions, obviously facing match points multiple times in this match, did so well to hold her serve and then got her way all the way to the tie break at the end. Just Sabalenka looked a bit distraught, like she always does. You've just got to look at the body of work that Hailey Baptiste has put on this week. And I think I'm finally starting to see what everybody else was talking about. People have been sort of mentioning her name over the past year, saying that could be one to watch on the women's tour. I hadn't really seen much up until this tournament, and she knocked out my wild card for the year, Quevedo. She beat Paolini in straight sets, Bencic in 3, and now Sabalenka in 3. Could she go on and win the whole thing is the big question. I think after a performance like that, you would hope she has the confidence. She's playing Mira Andreeva in the semi-finals because Mira Andreeva got past Leila Annie Fernandez. But I think it's another winnable match. She plays that level like she did against Sabalenka. I wouldn't be surprised if she's able to do it again. But that's just my roundup of yesterday's action, my predictions for the men's quarterfinals as well. Tell me yours in that comment section below. If you haven't done so yet, give us a like and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one.